or to be the exception. I have to say thank you.
No.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, the audience. Thank you.
Of course.
Doctor, thank you.
Hello and welcome back to Dream Girl. I'm Sheen, your host, and today we are going to make a little exception. We will invite a man, but he is worth it, Please meet Taha Shah Badussha. And if you live under a rock and you don't know who he is the new heartthrob. He's stolen so many hearts and maybe a few tears as part of the hit Netflix show Hiramandi. Hello, Taha.
Hello, and thank you so much, Doctor. It means a lot that you've invited me and made me an exception on your show. Thank you very much. I hope that I live up to your expectations.
You know why I really wanted to interview you? I've obviously watched a lot of your interviews recently, and I realized that you talk so openly about how your mom played such a pivotal role in your development. And now you've obviously been the star of Hiramandi with so many female leads. So you've been surrounded by women recently. So I think you have something important to say. And of course, we need to give the audience what they want, which is you, right?
I'm so glad. Thank you.
So honestly, my first question, I'll try not to repeat everything you've already said. We know you're a Gulf kid, you grew up here. But one thing I've been super impressed about recently is how openly you talk about your emotions online. At least you talk about pain, you talk about, crying, you even cried on camera. And I feel like this is something we don't really get to see with men, especially these days. So tell me, where does this high emotional intelligence come from?
You consider it high, I'll consider it low. People consider it. Yeah. I mean, I've always been an emotional kid. Things just really hurt me. Like there's a side of me where I don't feel anything at all, and then there are certain things which might not affect somebody else, but then really affects me emotionally, right? Like the love with the audience, right? Some people might take in the stride and be like, "No, I like this," but literally the days, the messages that started coming after the release, I could not help, but I wasn't bawling, but I was definitely tearing up.
It's overwhelming. Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, in my career, I've always, and I've bawled, right? I've really gone down there and I've really felt really bad and many things, and I've cried for that. But first time in my career, I have cried happy tears. Right.
That's beautiful.
And like you said, I am a mama's boy. And if I did 10% of all of this, if you consider 15 years of my work and hard work, I would say this is 10%, and 90% is because of what I don't see, which is my mom, right? It's because of how she's handling the background, how she's handling my team, how she's handling the food I get served at home, the house needs to be clean, and she's doing it all sitting from Dubai. And when she comes to Mumbai, she's like 10 times that speed, and she's just completely invested in my work. It's not like, oh yeah, okay, fine, have a good day. No, I mean, have a good day, sure, you go. But then the rest of the stuff, she's at it, and who gets that?
Yeah.
A mother who, first of all, is a biochemist, got into the marble business, got into recruitment, got into construction, real estate, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then now is getting into movies. And she's reinventing herself consistently.
I love that.
I mean, I would say you don't need me, you need my mom on this.
Oh, she sounds like we do need her next time.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And I guess leading on to that, obviously, we've all seen your success recently. But as usual, people don't see the struggle behind, right? People see the end of the road, or for you, obviously, the start of the rest of the road. But again, what I loved about you is how openly you talk about this, because a lot of times people will tell you, you just need to be in the right place at the right time. And I disagree with this, because there's so much work that goes behind being at the right place at the right time, like me hustling my way here today. So please tell us a bit more about how that felt, those, almost 15 years now of working towards here. So what was that like?
Like a roller coaster, but a roller coaster that's mostly going down. Many times it's like you've dug yourself a hole. Mm-hmm. And to be very honest, I've always, from my launch, I mean, I got a great launch. I have to say thank you to Yash Raj, of course. They've given me an incredible launch to anybody who's trying to break into that industry. But after that, you start realizing that you're nothing what you think you are, and you have so many things to learn. from the basics up, right? I mean, this you could call as a lucky break. Your skills and all your acting skills might be on point, but besides that, your communication, what do you know about marketing? What do you know about PR? What do you know about publicists? What do you know about finances, legal, production, filmmaking, business, trade? What do you know? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Right?
It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world, and now it's like you start learning. So it's difficult. It's difficult when you have no doors open for you, right? And you hustle your way through here. I have tried to hustle my way every single day. I have broken rules. I've been in places where people didn't want me by actually kind of, what do you call it, breaking into the party without being invited. So I've done that, and I think that's the way to be.
But how do you keep going even in the face of like multiple rejections? That's the one question I get asked all the time.
My only motto is sweat it out.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, sitting and crying and making yourself a victim is not going to get you anywhere, right? I think that you gotta get up, you gotta, train. And I'm talking about being an athlete. In any field that you are, I think being an athlete is of prime importance. That does not mean that you gotta train for 6 hours a day. No, I don't mean that. But I do mean that you really gotta break the sweat. You really gotta sweat it out. That's like my motto. And when you do, there's an automatic flow of dopamine and serotonin which comes through your mind, and you automatically feel like you won the day. And then that first feeling makes you get the second feeling right, and the third feeling, and the fourth feeling, and it's a domino effect. But that's on an everyday basis. Once the sun sets, you sleep, and you wake up the next day. It's a restart. It's not like I did that yesterday. No, it's every day. And trust me, every day is difficult for me. I hate it. I hate waking up early. I hate training for 4 hours a day. I really hate it, but I do it, right? Because I don't know why. Initially, I just was aiming in the dark, but I had faith. I trusted the process that one day this will pay off, right? And I will give back, or I will at least make my mom proud because of all the investment that she has done in me, without a question. Never ever telling me that, look, man, 10 years has passed by, you really haven't made it. So
maybe find a job.
Maybe find a job, ever, not once. That takes a strong mind, strong mind.
But she also saw how hard you were working, right? And I love what you said, because don't they say that, show me someone who wakes up at 5 a.m. and is a loser. No one is a loser who wakes up at 5 a.m. They are doing something. So that's wonderful. And obviously, we're so glad to see the success that has happened now.
Thank you.
Now, on to the next things. We keep hearing that, you are our new rising star now. You will be the lead actor in Bollywood. So how do you take that on? What can we expect?
It's a very different terrain right now. I mean, after all these years, the gates have finally opened for me to actually enter the field where the game is played, right? All these years, you were just trying to make yourself a way into the stadium and then kind of walk in and then try to find a door which is open. So finally, this is the playing ground, right? So I've just taken my first step in. So I'm still kind of being wary, not trying to make the too fast a decision, but life has taught me that patience is a virtue, right? So be patient and kind of understand the surroundings, judge what you got to do, what you don't got to do, and then make the right decision. So there's a lot of things which I have in mind and things which have come to me, but in the right time, I feel that I make the right decision to move ahead.
Amazing. Final message. I know you have to rush now, so final message.
To the audience?
To me, obviously, I'm part of the audience. Yeah. I'm a fan as well.
I would just have to say, look, there's so many people who want to follow their passions and their dreams, and many people kind of give up right at the time when they're about to get it. But just basically don't give up, and always try and give back to society, because it's not about you. You're very small compared to what's going on around the world. So yeah, just drop your ego and serve the people.
Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you again in the longer part, yeah?
Thank you, 100%.
Done.
100%. Deal?
Deal. Done.